Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Moore, and I'm live here at Ford Field about an hour and a half before the game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Interesting game for the Vikings coming off a two-game winning streak. They struggled, obviously, in Chicago, bounced back nicely against New York and Philadelphia. Those defenses did struggle in the back end, so it'll be interesting to see how Detroit handles the Kirk Cousins passing game. When you look at Detroit, there's nothing special on paper about them. They don't appear to be necessarily a passing team or a running team on offense, but Matt Stafford is playing much more controlled this year. Normally, you expect him to throw up a couple passes each game that can be picked off, but this year he's only thrown 2 for the entire season. It'll be interesting to see what they have. On the Viking defense to stop that Detroit Lion offense is going to be whether or not they dare them to run. This Lion offense is only averaging about 3.5 yards a carry right now, so they're not really a scary proposition. Their longest gain is only 14 yards this year, so it wouldn't surprise us at all to see Mike Zimmer put 7 guys in the box to stop the run and dare Matt Stafford to pass against them until they can see some success in the running game. Now again, Detroit's problems with the running game is on their offensive line, and Viking fans know this all too well after the struggles they've seen the last few years with the offensive line that's actually improving in Minnesota. Now, when you flip the schedule here, how does the defense get to Matt Stafford? It needs to be a controlled pass rush. What you saw in the effectiveness of Philadelphia and New York was Mike Zimmer blitzed the linebackers. You saw Anthony Barr coming, and you saw an extremely active Eric Kendricks. Expect that again today. When you turn to the offensive side of the ball, it's going to be Kirk Cousins. Can he sustain the passing game that he's shown that he can actually run the last couple of weeks? And will it be Stephon Diggs who gets the double team coverage or Adam Thielen? And that's the key for Kirk. He's got to figure out who to go to, who's open quickly, so he can take advantage of those small windows you see in the NFL for a completed pass. Dalvin Cook will get his yards today, but again, I think the passing game is what's going to dictate this game for the Minnesota Vikings. It will be loud in Ford Field, as all the fans will have one of these scarves that says Detroit Lions on it. So anytime the Lions have the ball and they're trying to score, expect them to be very quiet. When the Vikings have the ball, you'll see these towels going crazy inside the stadium as they try to distract Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Viking offense. So again, about an hour and a half before game time, I'm Tom Moore in Detroit. It is the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions.